What's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. I want to do another video on this brother Polight, or as Philip Scott would say, predator Polight, or even pedophile Polight, because I wanted to show y'all how a person can use words to manipulate the situation to where they could quite possibly be telling the truth, but all the while deceiving you at the same time. Now, you see the screen. I've never pulled up this guy's Instagram page. I've seen things that other people have posted and wasn't really impressed with him. Could see through him from the beginning of what I saw. And as I was looking through his Instagram page, which amazingly is still up, I see nothing. Now, this guy's supposed to be part of the conscious community, right? Pro-black, anti-system. We're going to build a black community up. Teaching you to homeschool, being self-sufficient as a community, this, that, and the third. But when I clicked on this page, as y'all can see, the dude's thumbnail, he's sitting on top of a Bentley. Now, I don't know if that's his, don't care. He's sitting on top of a, is this Rolls Royce? Smiling and cheesing. And I'm wondering, like, what kind of message is he trying to portray? Because this is a message of quote unquote opulence, as they would call it. But this does not resonate to me with the average regular black community. Because if you live in the real world, you know that very few people are able to live like this. And as you get older, you realize that actually living like what he's trying to put out there is really futile. It's useless, especially for the ADOS FBA community. But also what I noticed is when I scroll through his page, because you see these little thumbnails here, Las Vegas. Then you talk about Miami Drip, Turks and Caicos. I guess it's exercising here. Life is a movie, Love Boat, so on and so forth. I don't know what else is back here. What else? Fountain Blue, like a heavy-chested woman, and this and the third. But when I scroll through, family, I want to say at least about 95% of the posts that I saw had nothing to do with uplifting and building the black community. What I see is this guy is really bragging, showing off, stunting, if you will. Now we're gonna talk about this here. This is what I want to talk about in this video. Those charges dropped, because I want y'all to understand words, right? So, but to continue, like you see him here, look like money at a table, look like he might be in a strip club. Here he's talking about how much, how to spend $2,000 and get access to over $100,000. So I guess it's telling you to buy his course, which I think is probably where he made most of his money, if not all of it. Here go a post about him, where he's on Vlad, talking about the biggest secret, God is a woman. So he's trying to, cater to the black woman. And this here says Polight feeds the homeless all vegan food. He said he normally don't post that, but what's funny is you post all this other garbage, all this other nonsense. You're trying to bring people to your cause to try to learn how to build up the community, not individual wealth and flossing and flaunting and all that kind of stuff. But that's what the majority of your posts are. See these women here like he's in a nightclub, like he's working out. This here, I don't know what this is. You know, he think it was his birthday and he blowing out candles. That's not a system. That's something else you would notice in a lot of his posts. A lot of places where he go when he go to these clubs or go out of town, ain't too many people that look like us in these pictures. What else? He did a lot of working out. I guess he knew he was going to prison. I want you to see this though. This is video number 1. I want you to see, and then we'll get into the topic at hand. Let me turn that down. Now this is a woman who you can see scantily clad, probably leaving a nightclub, looks inebriated, right? And look at what he posts. Now this is the guy who's, don't forget now, who's about to serve 7 years on multiple charges of dealing with a minor inappropriately, which he should have got a whole hell of a lot more. But you see this. It says, the thickness saved your life. This is why I only drink red wine. I guess they're saying that because she's thick, she didn't fall over. It kept, you know, helped her keep her balance. What does it say? Let her tell it. She was walking in a straight line and speaking to me the whole time. Somebody else I heard you cooked a week ago, but that's not the point. But read this comment here. And this comment makes sense. This is probably something that I would say and really points to the problem at hand. It says, yo, where are you going with this? You know she's not in her right state, but you want to exploit her when you call yourself a sort of a model to emulate. Stop it, son. You still need teaching. Period. And I agree with it wholeheartedly. Because when you listen to this recent court trial, you know, this plea agreement that he made and all the accusations that were made, yeah, he tried to come out and say that it was all false, all lies, but yet you do a video like this and then you post it on Instagram. See, these are the reasons why the judge in the state of Florida probably wanted to throw the book at you for silly crap like this. It says, this person says you are a real man, sir. Him and all his wives are children. Life is an endless party for them. They aren't going to hear you because you're speaking too clearly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, here goes the message me. Are all your comments contradictions? That's your woman, and eventually you're going to do whatever you want with her, but you could have saved something like this for the family album or something. We still need our black women to be shown the best life. Brothers look to you like a black leader. In some cases, don't let the devil trick you out your spot. The devil's already tricked. The devil didn't trick him. Devil, shoot, he ran straight to the Satan. Like I say, by the way, just by the way he's living in the post that he's posting. Like I said, whether that's his woman or not, there's no way in the world a real man, a respectable man, one, is going to post anything like this. One, I myself do not like, am not impressed with drunk women. Don't like it. It turns me off. There's anything that turns me off, it's a inebriated woman. It just does. Because one, it just looks sloppy, it looks messy, it doesn't look ladylike. And then two, they're setting themselves up to be misused, mishandled, and they can't defend themselves. And I'm the type of person that's, why would you put yourself in a situation? I don't care if you are there with your man. Undoubtedly, he don't respect you too much because he's posting this online. If this is his woman. So like I said, I'm not, like I said, an advocate of women being drunk at all, or high, or under any influence. But this pro-black brother, builder of the community, thought it was pretty cool, huh? So my question about this whole Instagram page is, where are the posts where you were building up the community? You got all this money, showing off Bentleys, wearing these few $100 hats worth a few $100. I guess it's supposed to be Versace. It looks like you wear the same colors. Well, there goes some blacks, but Balmain, we know Balmain ain't cheap. So you buying these high dollar things, you taking these trips. That's fine. Do what you want to with your money. I don't care. I mean, that's your life. But again, where are the posts of you, you know, maybe building a school, teaching people how to homeschool, building a reputable business in the black community, or doing like I said before, taking brothers and sisters out of the black community into creating a utopia of sort, you know, where like-minded people, business-minded, serious-minded, not the con artists, not the scammers, all, you know, living together, learning, you know, creating a community. You know, I see y'all on Instagram, people post about buying land and about to build a neighborhood. People, grandmothers having grandmother having a whole neighborhood of like 5-6 housing neighborhood, and she bought them all, and they all belong to her, and she's giving them to her kids and grandkids and things of that nature. Where is that at on these pages? All I see is, what's this? All I have a wound. Come on now. All I see is, here you go, Bentley truck, Mercedes, Rolls Royce truck, whatever it is. Got a gun here. Like, I'm not gonna click on all this stuff. Got these, like I say, these high dollar hats and these high dollar hotels. I mean, in the studio, I guess it's gonna be a rapper. But look at this, you know what I'm saying? Bentleys. So again, like, I mean, that's how you want to live. That's fine. But where is the other side? See, stuff like this is what gets you caught up, bro. This is what gets you charged with so many charges in the courts that you can't even get out of it without, you know, copping the plea. But what I want to do, let me see if I can find this real quick. This Zoom call. I want to play part of this from, this is from Tony the Closer. Shout out to Tony the Closer, because he actually, you know, pulled this up and played it. And I want y'all to hear what the charges were. Now, remember, Polight said that all of those, he did a video, I couldn't find it, I didn't feel like looking for it, but he did a video where he stated that all those sexual assault charges were dropped. And when you listen to this court proceeding, it's true. What he said was actually true. So just take a listen real quick. Hopefully this starts from the beginning. It's not on
by up to 15 years state prison. Count 2 was lewd and lascivious molestation on a child, 12 to 16 years, a second-degree felony, punishable by up to 15 years state prison. Lewd and lascivious conduct on a child under 16 by a defendant 18 or over, a second-degree felony, punishable by up to 15 years state prison. Count 4, lewd and lascivious exhibition on a child under 16 years, defendant over 18, a second-degree felony, punishable by up to 15 years state prison. And contributing to the dependency of a child, a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year in jail. And then count 6 is interference with custody, a third-degree felony, punishable by up to 5 years state prison. The state has now filed an amended information today.
So, real quick, you say, Marlon, I didn't hear anything about no sexual acts. Well, let's look up the definition of lewd and lascivious behavior. And got this from the gafirm.com. I guess it's some kind of lawyer website. And it says lewd and lascivious behavior is obscene acts done for sexual arousal or to shock and arouse another person without their consent. So you see the word sexual in there? All right. So yes, those sexual charges were dropped. Well, not necessarily dropped. They were traded. And this is what they were traded for.
Charging you with the following: aggravated child abuse, great bodily harm, a first-degree felony, punishable by up to 30 years state prison.
Now, that could be anything. You could have beat a child up. You could have, I don't know, made a child pick cotton from sundown to sundown. You know, it could have been like an illicit act, a lewd and lascivious act too, but not really. But you know what I'm trying to say. But no, this is more of like this is a more broader definition.
Count 2 is aggravated child abuse, great bodily harm, a first-degree felony.
See, child abuse, great bodily harm. Again, it could be that you know, physically hit a child. Now, I said this before in the other video. I'm gonna say it again. People, when y'all go to court, when y'all get in trouble, the police get called upon, y'all get arrested. You may think you did one thing. You may think, oh, they only gonna get me for, you know, I don't know, one little thing. I couldn't think of criminal activities that I want to put out here. But by the time you get to court, it could be turned to 6 different things, 6 different charges, because it's written in the laws.
Punishable by up to 30 years state prison, and contributing to the delinquency, dependency of a child, a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable by up to 1 year in jail. It is my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to this new information. You would be adjudicated guilty, and your sentence has been memorialized in a 4-page plea agreement.
All right, that's all I'll play for that. But my point is, like I was trying to say, Brother Polight, quote unquote, told y'all the truth. These sexual assault charges were dropped. The thing is, like I said, they really wasn't dropped. They were just exchanged for another plea. You saved the court time and money, not going to trial. You saved yourself a life of prison, because even the new charges that you had, they said you could have got up to 30 years on them, but because you was able to plead it down to 7 years for whatever reason, you took them. So there's, you know, the if ands or what ifs doesn't really matter. You got your 7 years, then your 10 years probation, then you had to take this sexual deviant class, something like that, and you don't have to register as an offender, which is, I don't understand it. But anyway, so my point is, man, you got people out here who take Brother Polight for his word, still defending this monster, this devil. And I don't understand why. People love to be manipulated. Nobody wants to be wrong. It's kind of like, you know, grandma went to church all these years, and you went to church too. You believed the stuff that she believed in the Bible, hung a white Jesus on your wall, and then one day you realized that them folk back in the day wasn't blonde hair, blue eyed. They were dark colored skin. There was even description in the Bible that there's quite possibility, a good possibility, that we are the chosen, the lost tribes of Israel, just by the curses in the Old Testament. And you say, well, what grandmama thought was the truth back in the day really wasn't. It was distorted. But here's the truth. But you got people who will still say, nah, I don't want to hear it. This is the way it is, and not gonna change. And so you have it. And there you have it. So I don't understand, again, why people follow this guy. I mean, he's said some, like I say, charismatic things about the black community as a whole. But you figured out a way to con the people out of money. You manipulate their mind, then end up manipulating pocketbooks and acting like you're just totally innocent, manipulating women and their children. But now you're about to suffer the consequences. But that's all I want to say about this video, about this topic. Like I said, he told the truth somewhat, but he still deceived you, or tried to deceive you, till the very end. So keep on saying that charges are dropped while you sitting in jail rotting. Anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below and then share it with the world. And with that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.